Hi everybody, Vince August here. It is Thursday, August 27th, and last night we saw that the NBA, Major League Baseball, and we're seeing today as well the NFL, players have basically walked off the court, walked off the field and said, you know what, with the shooting in Wisconsin of Jordan Blake, we're just, you know what, we've had enough, we're not playing. And then decided they're going to start playing again tomorrow. And I have to tell you, you know, if you're going to do something, if you're going to protest, if you're going to boycott, at least have a unified message and have it have an impact and an effect as opposed to just being theater. Because to me, walking out of an empty building where there's nothing but, you know, NBA players making elite salaries and owners of NBA teams and saying, you know what, I'm sorry, we're just too upset about what's going on. We're going to walk off, and we're going to... Who gets impacted by that? The people at home that can pick this thing up and be like, okay, next channel. Like, listen, my point is, look, if we had packed arenas, if you had 18,000 people in an arena pumped up for a playoff game, and NBA players came out and said, hey, listen, with everything going on, with the shooting going on, and, you know, there's still police issues out there, and nothing is getting done, you know what, we all need to feel the impact. And tonight, everyone in this building is going to feel the impact. You drove here, you spent money on these tickets, you spent money to park and commute or whatever. We're not playing. Maybe you will remember this day because of that when you're driving home and realize, look, wow, yeah, that was... But in an empty building, who's going to feel that impact? You know, and I'm seeing this in these empty gestures and a lot of this empty rhetoric that's going nowhere. Like, I'm seeing people in Hollywood, you know, that want Tucker Carlson removed from TV. And I'm like, really? Hollywood, that's your goal right now. We have an election coming up in November. And what you want to do right now is you want to bully a network into getting rid of one of their talk show hosts. You know, here's what Hollywood should do. I'm a member of the Screen Actors Guild since 2000. In August, in this month, in the middle of this month, the Screen Actors Guild passed a resolution that now in order to qualify for health insurance, you need to make $25,000 a year. It used to be like $16,000 a year. Before that was $13,000 a year. And I think like 15 or 16% of the members of Screen Actors Guild actually made that money to qualify for health insurance. So during a pandemic, in the middle of the night, the Screen Actors Guild and their president, whoever, decided on passing this new resolution that now it's $25,000 a year. And oh, by the way, no residual money. You had to earn that money in the last calendar year. During a pandemic when Hollywood is shut down. But what actors are screaming about right now is Tucker Carlson and not their own union taking away insurance from people. And the other thing I see people doing on the internet, everyone is bullying everybody into who to vote for. You need to vote for this person. You need to vote for this side. And what I don't see anyone doing is bullying the politicians to act. And I'm not talking about putting up Facebook posts or making videos like this. I'm talking about literally emailing your politicians, phone calling your politicians. I have to be honest, I have a lot of friends on social media that do this, and you're great, and I do it. I email my local senator. They probably see my email. I'm surprised they haven't blocked my email. Why isn't anyone bullying the politicians to say, hey, where do you stand on this? What is your policy? As opposed to, you need to vote for this person. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you coming after me for? So these gestures of walking out of empty buildings, and you know what? We're going to take 2 days off. Take 2 days off. You got 30 million people unemployed because of a pandemic that are wondering where their next job is. And you're going to take a day off in an empty building where no one's watching you, where you're making $1 million a year, and you think that that's going to affect the average person? You think the average person is looking saying, oh, NBA, you know what? Now I get it. Really? Cities have been burning. Portland, Seattle. You've got crime rate in Chicago, New York through the roof. You've got a hurricane about to slam into the Gulf of Mexico as I speak right now. People are going to be left out of their homes. But you're not going to play basketball and you're going to walk out of an empty building. You're not going to practice. You're not going to have a football practice. And you're going to think that that's going to send some type of unified... To who? What is your message? What is the point of your message? And who are you sending that message to? To us, the consumer sitting at home that's powerless? You have power. You have influence. Influence the people that are actually running the government. Influence the people that are actually running for office. Bully them into giving you an answer. What good is it bullying each other? And I've been making these videos over and over saying, look, they want us to infight. Man, listen, watch and read history. Wars are made by somebody in the middle wanting two people on opposite sides to fight. That is one of the best businesses there is for certain countries, certain people in the world. That's their business, creating wars. Look, we're seeing it. And I don't want to get into conspiracies about people like Soros and people like that. But that's where they make their money. They love infighting. And countries are watching what's happening in America and saying, finally, it's happening to America. So we could be their entertainment and let them watch and be like, it's finally happening to them. Or we could actually start putting pressure on the people that make the decisions as opposed to each other. I mean, I don't get it, man. I don't understand. It's like they're yelling at the people when there's leaders in charge that are doing nothing. This makes no sense to me. Sorry.